Welcome for another The Noble Corner. It's me, your host, Senior Nobleman, here to talk about film reviews, TV, you know, the stuff we like to watch, all your favourite things. Anyway, I had the chance of watching 2019's Blue Story. Yes, that's right, Blue Story, produced and written and directed by Ratman, you know, the guy who did Shiro's Story. This is his next one. Had a watch of this the other day, and well, where do we start? So who's it featuring, guys? It's got Michael Ward. He was out of the newest edition of Top Boy. He played the kind of, I suppose, the counter protagonist to Ashley D's character in Top Boy. He was in there. You also had a few other individuals in there from Top Boy. I don't know what their names are, but anyway, you'll have recognizable faces. You also had a Ratman in there doing his sort of narration, kind of rapping thing and telling the story and whatnot. But yeah, it's focused on Michael Ward. The story goes back and focuses on the Blue Borough, which is where I was born, Lewisham. That's right, Lewisham, and the fight between and the war or the gang war between the Ghetto Boys and the Peckham Boys. I remember it well when I was young, all that sort of stuff. What postcode you from? I mean, that's kind of still goes on now, which is a shame, unfortunately. But you know, I think what Ratman's trying to do is just highlight the sort of the folly of sort of gang warfare and how pointless it is, but also the realness of it and like what these people are going through mentally, physically, and how it affects other people's lives. So yeah, this Blue Story focuses on two guys, best friends and everything, and it all goes downhill when, you know, one of them feels he's not checking for the other one. Something happens that I want to tell you, so you go watch it. It's the whole point. And it all goes pear-shaped. Best friends become worst enemies, falling into the gang life, the opposing gangs. They've got brothers and relatives who are in the opposing gang, so effectively their friendship should never be. But it's just kind of a bit of a sad story. And to be honest, what's relatable about it is that I've seen similar things as I was growing up. So Blue Story, the background, as I said, two best friends, worst enemies, all goes horrible. Let's talk about the actors, and the acting. So Michael Ward's in there from Top Boy, and yes, he was very good. He plays a character called Marco in there. Very good. He's you know, kind of, they use the slang, you know, if you understand it and all sorts of stuff. He plays his role very well. He's the kind of main character in it. Michael's done a fantastic job. I think he's done a fantastic job in Top Boy. I've not seen him in much other things yet, but the likelihood is he would do very well. I think he won a BAFTA for the Blue Story or something like that. He did, but he seems like he's on the rise. You also had another gentleman in there, Stephen Ojibula played Timmy, and he was obviously the sort of other main character in there. I thought he was again really, really good. It's nice to see young people so talented doing great jobs in film, and the fact that they're from the local area, it's good to see that Ratman's putting on people in the area. He did a decent job as Timmy the character. You had Callie Best, who played a character called Killy. Now, Callie was in EastEnders for a while as a character, and so he's got his acting chops. He's done his stuff for a little while. He played another kind of semi-antagonist, maybe not kind of thing, kind of focal character in there. And then you had a few other people that names I don't really know the names of them, but you know, we don't need to go into that. But basically some real good young talent in there, and I think Ratman had quite a decent cast. Some of the individuals I actually recognise them personally. I think I've even met some of them, but hey, what do you know? So acting very, very, very on point, and it was very sort of relatable, and I think very authentic. I think some of the how can I go? Let's move on to the action scenes and stuff, and some of the set pieces. Some of it was a little bit unrealistic, but then again, although I knew people in that life and saw some of that stuff, I can't really say if it's authentic or not. But I'm assuming some people have seen that sort of thing. So I think the way he sets the scene, the way it's filmed, the way he story, the character stories across was quite it was quite poignant and a bit sad as well when you think about it. Just generally speaking, you know, how things can go wrong, what path people can choose, and what choices they make based on the circumstances that they have to face. So it's yeah, I think Ratman did a good job in doing that. And what I really like about his films is he always does this thing where he narrates in a sort of a rap verse, and he's almost in this sort of like the breaking the fourth wall kind of character, but narrating the story as it goes along. So I think that's a nice touch. It's not such a musical, but in order to carry the plot, sometimes he explains things and gives a little bit of a montage and a little rap song. So I like the fact that it's his own style, and it's poignant in all his films, particularly Shiro Story and now this Blue Story. Soundtrack, yeah, it's very much this new kind of, you know, the right to, you know, the drill, that sort of stuff. It's not my sort of thing, but I think the music and the score fits the film for what it's supposed to be, and it's very sort of apt. Generally speaking, there's elements where it relates to the music, and people sort of relate using the music as an outlet and what it means to them and why they say it. And I think Ratman did a good job with that. Finally speaking, the rating of the film, I mean, I try to be, you know, short and sharp with these things. I don't want to go, this and that and this, but rating of the film, I'll give this one a 3.5 aces out of 5, because it was a solid little film. I think based on where Ratman has come and the way he's done stuff, and this is his kind of, for me, this is his second outing. I think he did a decent job of showing the sort of gang violence, how two stories can be intertwined, the effect on other people, and I think he did a pretty good job. You know, watched it there with the wife. She, you know, pretty much, that's really sad, man. And you can just see stories that have happened like that, and I know stories that have happened like that.